Alright, took a little while to come back with another video. This one's going to be a couple of things thrown together. I have a couple of breeding groups of the albino, Snow White Albinos that I haven't had fry from in probably about 2 months. And they're very young, healthy fish, so I want to jump on treating that right away. So I'm going to use this one's Peabody's Medicated Fenbendazole, which despite sounding like a pasta dish is actually medicated flake food. So the instructions say feed once every other day for 10 days, which would be 5 feedings, and then after 3 weeks do it again. So you want to be careful with any kind of medication for fish, because you can absorb it through your skin. So I either use gloves or I use one of these things, a little measuring spoon, because if you touch the stuff directly, you could end up with some skin problems. And yeah, this is what happened to me when I didn't do it. That doesn't look good. I think I'm gonna have to go back to urgent care. All right, let me get to the fish. And all right, my finger feels a little bit better. These are the breeding group of Snow White Albinos. I have a couple of young males in there with, I think, one older male. I had called out 2 prior males that I had in some prior videos. This is one of the other ones, because they were looking a little funky. So these fish are going to be pissed off for a while because they're not getting the live baby brine shrimp or the high protein food I feed the fish. So I'm using the spoon thing, and there goes the Medicated Flake. Now they may not go for it right away, but whatever they eat in the first 15 seconds or so is actually going to be productive, because I think after about a minute or two in the water, maybe about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, the medication is not really effective anymore. Now it also says to keep the lights out while you're medicating the fish. That's because it could damage the strength of the fenbendazole. So these guys are not going for it too much, because this is their first meal of the day, and they're not enjoying it. So it'll probably be more or less tomorrow, which won't be on film, that they'll actually eat the stuff. There's a chunky female eating the flakes. Now, you might be sitting there saying these fish look like they're going to drop some fry any second, but there's been no fry in this tank for a while, and I have a lot of plants. She is hiding behind a plant, but if you could see her, I don't really see eyeballs necessarily. Why do I have trouble saying necessarily? In the gravid spot. So definitely a beautiful female, very healthy, but I'm not seeing fry out of them, so they're going to be medicated and probably be very happy about it over the next 10 days. So we'll see how it goes. I'll probably update it in about a month, since we're not going to see anything right away. And this stuff does work. I've had really good success with this one, or Everything Aquatics Quad Flake, which is garlic, I think levamisole and something else. It's really not 4 medications. Garlic counts, and it's not a medication. It's what I put on a lot of my food. So either I'm not a vampire, which I'm assuming I'm not, or I like garlic, and it doesn't keep me any healthier. Which reminds me, what does Dracula do to lose weight? He drinks Blood Light. Yeah, that's terrible. But what do you expect? So anyway, the light is kind of affecting the color. They're not bluish like the female looks. Like I said, it's a shame to have to medicate them because they look so healthy, but not getting fry in 2 months either means they're eating them, which I don't believe they are, or I'm just not getting any, which I believe is the case. So I have one more tank of them that I'm not getting any babies out of. So I'm going to medicate them next. And I'll even, as a bonus, show that. So hang in there. All right, I'll put this in the middle of the video. This is, what is this? This is babies I just got from the Yellow Delta males and the Snow White Albino females, born on January 19th. Now the interesting thing here, besides the dirt and the live baby brown shrimp, is they all seem to be black-eyed, which I expected. However, this one is much lighter color than this one, and that one. So there's quite a few fry in here. I haven't tried counting them. Some of them are hiding at the top. See if I can get them moving around a little bit. So it's interesting that there's two different color fry in here, but they all have black eyes from what I can see. So this is going to be interesting in probably about 2 months when they start to get some color. So I don't know if I'm going to get nicer yellows or a white delta or a combination of both, but you can clearly see that one in the background is a grayish color. A few of them are, and these two right here are much lighter. So could be interesting. We'll see what I end up getting. Now I can give you some dating advice. If a woman ever asks you if this outfit makes her look fat, of course you never ever say yes, and sometimes even saying no isn't good. Just say, nah honey, you just look a little bit more visible than normal. Yeah, I guarantee you that'll work well. Probably not. Anyway, I would try counting the fry because I'm actually able to see them all now. They've slowed down, but I'm not going to do that. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. Like I said, I'll throw this in the middle of the video with the Snow White Albino Breeders that I'm feeding some fenbendazole. Alright, thanks. Alright, this is one of the other tanks of the Snow White Albino Breeders. And I found like 1 or 2 babies in the last couple months. They do go after the fry quite a bit. The last decent drop I got out of them was 2 months ago. There was only about 15. And let me see, these fish are from, let's see, looks like they're about 6 months old to 7 months old. So once again, I'm going to give them the flake food, Medicated Flake. They will probably go after it a little bit because these fish haven't been fed since yesterday around 6 o'clock at night. They are going after it, which is good. I have some really nice males and females in this tank, and I really don't want to screw this line up. Some of these females do look like they're very gravid, but not finding fry in the tank. I've just found that it's better to give them a round of the Medicated Flakes. And what I actually have done is I have 3 different types of Medicated Flakes. I have the Peabody's one, and I have the Everything Aquatic Levamisol, and also a Quad Flake. So what I do is these guys will get this every other day for 10 days. In 3 weeks they'll get round number 2. And if I don't see fry about 40 days from now, I'll do a few feedings for a couple days of the Quad Flake. So the reason for that is I don't want to get them whatever these worms, not really worms, but whatever is the problem. I don't want to get it used to one medication, so I use another medication with the next round. So this does seem to keep them from getting to where I get no results with the other medication, the same one. So far so good. These fish are really nice. This female is probably still going to drop some fry because that is a much darker gravid spot, but hopefully it doesn't screw up the babies. What'll happen if I get some, I'll net the babies out, put them in a small container, like a 1-gallon container, and then I will feed them the regular stuff and just see how they progress, make sure they fill out, and hopefully it doesn't damage them in any way. I'm never really a fan of feeding the medicated foods while the females may be pregnant, but when you got no fry for a couple months, it's time to take some action, or you're going to end up with the end of the line. So, other than that, these things are doing really well. I've moved the, these are like a yellow snakeskin kind of into the 1-gallon container with a filter. They're starting to progress really nicely. Now, I don't know if they're going to be an official snakeskin, or if it'll be more like a cobra because it won't have enough of the interlocking pattern on the body. Now they are getting a black color in the tail. They do have a couple of the spots I'm trying to breed out of the snakeskin line. So it looks like that is carried on at least the female side, because I used, or excuse me, on the male side on this one, because this cross was the red lace snakeskin males to the yellow delta females. So anyway, so far so good with this. This one has more of like a lateral line, I guess, of color, which now he's hidden. And this one is in the way now. And there we go. So still a pretty good start for the first drop from the first cross. So I'll keep this going and hopefully get some fry out of her in another month or two. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll have another video up pretty quickly, another day or two, and yeah, we'll go from there. Anyway, thanks very much for watching.